We would like to remind you that Species 7 is made possible in part by the following sponsors and grants: the Evelyn Woodberg Foundation for Really Ungifted Children. We've been helping graduate idiots since 1959. The Ted and Tina Grant for Wayward Swine and Helpless Hogs. Reminding you, eat more hamburgers. After all, they're not really made of ham. A generous donation by the National Film Board of Canada. Hey, my brother and I made a movie. Take off, you hoser. We did not, eh? And of course, generous donations by our Patreon sponsors, loyal subscribers, and viewers just like you. Thank you. Hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Farm Sim 17. And Watts Farm. It is early in the morning on the 4th day of our little venture. And I'm thinking about cutting the grass. Now, we've still got the wet crop warning, but I think I'll be okay to cut it. It'll a little hard on the mower maybe, but we should be alright. I'm just going to have to leave the tethering, windrowing, and collecting until it dries out. That's weird. There's one of these at the top of the hill as well. Kind of a bald patch, and if you walk across it, it tells you it's wheat. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is not. So, there you go. Alright, let's go and grab our mower. Hopefully, at some point today, we'll be able to weed the top field as well. But so far, it's only showing up as seeded. Even though, yeah, we should have been fine planting it, and we're well into the, I wonder if it's just a temperature thing. No, it is 10C. We should be getting some corn sprouting today. Excellent. Alright, I logged my butt off up the hill there, and, managed to make a few dollars, as you can see. So, oops, I need to hook up my mower first. Oh, it's hard to get an angle sometimes. There we go. And let's make sure we've got that hooked. Very nice. Get her up off the ground. Alright. Now, of course, we are also, because we're going to tether grass, and that makes such a mess, we are going to need a windrower, I think. So, let's see what we've got in the magic store. Cultivators, plows, all kinds of stuff. Ah, here we are. Windrowers. Alrighty. We got this guy here, eh? 3 meter. It's kind of the same as that. No, that's bigger. 3 meters, huh? For $2,000. Well, it's not very big, but it is 3 meters. So, let's buy one of those. Okay. There we go. Everything a person needs to grassitate the meadow. So, let's see how we do. And away we go. Oh, very nice. Looks like we were going to need a windrower anyway, because this doesn't exactly put down a sweet little nicely humped up mound. Didn't bother. No, I think we're just going to go straight across and call it good. See, here's another one of these sections. jump out. This one's not coming up wheat this time. Interesting. Oh, there we go. Wheat, 0%. So how's that doing? Yeah, we're definitely getting a cut. Jeez, it's not going to be the easiest thing to see. Wow. Not the easiest at all. Why I'm getting such nasty little frame dips here. That's kind of weird. Yeah, it's bouncing up and down pretty harshly. Man, this is a bit of a big meadow, isn't it, for small gear? Wow. That's alright. We have little else that we can really be doing at this point in time. And yes, that's because of that dreary old Seasons mod slowing us down. But quite frankly, I've missed using it. I stated several times on Let's Plays when I was using it that it's the way to go for adding that extra touch to Farm Sim. And almost as much as a difference as the MR mod made back in FS, God, was it 13 that that first got introduced? Yeah. Well, maybe it was 15 and they just sort of now incorporated it. But, either way, probably the biggest change to how Farm Sim worked since the introduction of that. Alright, so let's travel down the edge of this one. How does it do? Yeah, it looks about right, eh? This is going to be a process, I'll tell you. Going to be a process indeed. And this may be as far as we're going to get today, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't have to sit here too long. Because, well, I don't know. I know grass will rot within, what the heck is it, 2 days or 1 day of baling it? With Seasons. But what about grass on the ground? Like cut grass on the ground. I wonder how long that takes before it's no longer a viable product. Well, hopefully it dries out. We're only looking at partially sunny skies today, so not exactly a scorcher is in store. But that's alright. Let's not forget water can evaporate in the winter. Sometimes airflow is as important as temperature for evaporation. So in other words, if we get a nice windy day, it may still dry things out even if it doesn't hit 20 degrees in here. And that's Celsius, by the way. Yeah, I generally prefer a side mower if I'm not going with something big. But unfortunately, the only one that I have available, I just kind of balk at the idea that I'm going to pay $3,000 more for what is obviously a much older and not as reliable piece of equipment. I mean, this rig's brand new. However it may work or whatever else may come, it does brand new. So, yeah, looks like I am leaving a bit in the middle. I think I have to overlap a little more than I am. Of course, where it is makes it not nearly as efficient on corners. Alright. Well, I'll tell you guys what. I'll come back here and bring you along again in a couple of minutes. Well, It'll likely be more like half an hour, but of course for you folks and the magic of YouTube, it will be only minutes. So, oh wait, while I'm gone, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe, and if you want to click the icon up in the top right corner, you could even check out my Patreon channel. So I'll see you guys in just a sec. Well, alrighty, I'm back, and we are almost at the end of this particular project. Didn't take that long. Not that long at all. And, alright. Yeah, notice anything different? I did, I think, one more row with that rear mower, and decided that, you know what? That's just not the mower for me. I prefer these. You know, nice, simple tool. Reliable. It does have inherent issues. Because the blade sort of floats across the ground, it's not good for really rough terrain. It's, you'll notice how every once in a while the handle, like right there, will bob up and down. Well, occasionally it'll bob up and down hard enough it'll actually catch that end in the ground. And then, of course, well, you either drags the tractor to a halt, or I suppose, inevitably, you would simply snap it off. After all, that hinged point there is a weak point. But other than that, I really, really like it. I mean, you know, you basically just ride on the lovely little swath of grass it created the last time around, and it's a complete no-brainer. You know, it will cut a perfect swath directly beside the one you're on. Which means even a simple farmer like myself can use this thing in a very professional manner. You know, you're not going to leave a row of grass in between each swath like I was with the rear tower. Because you're basically just trying to line up beside it and hope you're both close enough in and far enough away that you're not wasting your efforts. But we are almost done. We are also, unfortunately, even though 3 hours since sunrise, I have a feeling it's going to be probably closer to noon before we can count on that wet crop thing from disappearing. That's unfortunate. It hasn't actually rained since the afternoon yesterday. I had hoped at 8 a.m. it would disappear. But, nope, not this time. So, we will tolerate it as long as we need to. We don't really have a lot of choice. Not really. So this makes a fairly decent swath, too. Now, I don't think this is exactly the richest crop of grass, because of course the other thing with seasons, and well, just the way this stuff works in general, we're going to get a much better yield off of a field that is properly fertilized, etc. Which, this being more or less simply a wild meadow, is not. So what I am going to do at some point, if we find ourselves with another day where waiting seems to be the topic of interest, what I will likely do is, in fact, plow this out, fertilize it up, and replant it as a meadow, but an actual tended meadow as opposed to just a wild field of grass. And then we should get some pretty outstanding numbers. But, by the same token, we might as well not waste what's here for free, right? It's costing us nothing more than the fuel. return will be far more valuable than the few liters of diesel we waste upon this particular endeavor. That is for sure. Alright. Darn near there, man. Alright. Good job. I mean, this thing does a wonderful job. Absolutely wonderful. Don't you get to watch all the little wheels go round and around? Check this thing out. It's actually pretty cool. Zip, 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 zip. Like, that's really well done, you know? Ah, that's covered on the bottom. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah. Really, really neat. This is a really well animated one. Really well animated. That looks awesome. Yeah, can't imagine working it any other way. Brilliant. Alright. Let's shut her off. That's just too cool. Yeah, we could fold her back up. Well, let's get the heck out of here. Yeah, I don't know. That's just so much cooler piece of gear than that tow-behind thing. Might as well have been driving a lawnmower. Alrighty. So we get the rest of our equipment waiting there, but as I said, I'm pretty sure I tried that once, tethering my grass when I still had a wet crop symbol, and was rather upset that it didn't seem to change the color or texture. Oh no, of course not. All I was really doing was throwing it about in fits of foolish frustration as opposed to actually, raking it up and turning it over to expose the damper grass on the bottom to the air. No. We were just bound and determined to do it wrong. Alright, now, I think these are going to get pretty full pretty quick. Yeah. As in pretty much already. So, that should do. Yeah, this thing's filthy. How does the chair that I'm sitting on get that filthy? You know? These are questions you gotta ask yourself. You can imagine what I must look like if the chair I'm sitting on is that filthy. Seriously. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Let's get our PTO disconnected. Let's get it set down. Brilliant. Alrighty. Back down the hill again. Although, yeah. Here we are. Okay. It's just the illusion of that fence when you drive by. It looked like there was a gate opening where a piece of fence was actually turning. Yeah, I know. It's... How long have you had the dementia? Well, I don't know. I'm crazy as heck. Why would I have an answer? Okay. Yeah, at this point, we cannot do what I want to do, which is tether that. So I think what I'll do instead... header, baler, corn header. Yeah, so that fits right in. There is always work to do. Yeah, I turned in that other bonk of boards. That's I figured since they had a great demand, it was the right time to do it. That's for sure. So that's where a bunch of our money came from as well. And this was $7,000 a pallet or something. So yeah, I was not gonna let that fall by the wayside. And can't winch, turn on. It's weird. That's that winch there, it seems to react with any and all pieces of logging equipment you use from the time you buy the thing. That includes the chainsaw. It comes up with a thingy for that. Let's go to Sedusto level 3. Because, yeah, I don't mind making a mess. Don't mind at all. So you can see we've got a lot of stumps that need a little bit of our help here. That's exactly what we're gonna do. There we go. Good. Get this guy chompered. You all the way? Yes, you are. Excellent. That one went so effortlessly, I wasn't sure it actually munched it. Alrighty, well, that's always nice. Is the sawmill functioning? I don't believe it is. See, now that one I know. We just crunched a stump. No dude about it. There we go. That one's done. Grind it. There we go. Okay. Nice. That's a pretty nasty looking piece of kit, isn't it, that thing? Yes, indeed. Ooh, only 3 left. Man, his arm must get tired. The speed he cranks that wheel. Look at him go. Crazy, man, crazy. Alright, I'm going to have a couple of peanuts worth of sawdust here on the ground as well. That's a good thing. Because it's worth pretty good money. Especially when there's a great demand. No, there's not a great demand anymore. So I guess we've gone past that bit. That's okay. Alright, there's our stumps munched. Darn, we still got time to kill before the sun's gonna do its thing. Okay. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not seeing a good thing here. That's alright. Hey, Sporky. What do we got going on here? Out of sawdusty again, huh? How's this thing? 86%. Okie dokie. And then I'm afraid you got the wrong tomtoolery on the front of you. Let's get this over here. And get you set down. There we go. We'll throw a bucket on. I imagine we're pretty close to needing logs, but not as big a necessity at this point as some of these other issues. There we go. Let's get this transferred. Still got 4,500 liters left. I'll get these board pallets finished. Or pallet of boards. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, what an episode, eh? Watching the grass dry. There we are, and we're up and running once again. Nice. Doesn't take much. Just a little keeping on with the keeping on. And I think that tethering job's going to have to wait for the next episode, because I do believe we are rapidly approaching that magic mark. And as I told you guys, because I'm going to go try and do 3 videos a day, although I got to tell you, it's a lot, guys. It is indeed. But yeah, because I'm trying 3 videos a day, I am trying to keep my videos down to the half-hour mark. Not to say that works every time. Some games, I'm looking at you, Empyrean. Just, I don't know. I look up at the 22-minute mark, and then I go, okay, give her about another, 10 minutes, and Then I look up and it's the 48-minute mark. I'm thinking, well, I hope that was a darn productive 10 minutes there, species. Okay, this should keep our wood plant running for the length of the day. And, well, as I said, it's now just a matter of I've got to wait. And wait and wait and wait. There we go. Okay. 5,400 liters of chippies. That should allow it to finish this stuff off pretty easy. Oh, hey, can I actually park up here? That's just cool as tomatoes, that is. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, nice. This is your new home. Alright, there we go, guys. Well, sun's up, a little bit of wind. I don't think it should be too long until that becomes viable. Oh, I suppose I can pick all of this up, eh? That might be a project. But it might also be a project for another day. But for today, this has been Species 7. This is Watt's Farm. And if you enjoyed, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And, of course, if you want to. I'm not going to make you. Till next time, though. Take care of each other, folks. What a gorgeous little valley, isn't it? Man. It's almost as nice as where I live, and that's freaking near impossible. Take care of each other. Ciao.